I quit my job and I went to Ibiza.
Nocturnal.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is going to be all about the story of how and why I quit my job and decided to take a trip to Ibiza. Before we get into the details of the story, I want you guys to check out a clip from one of their best pool party spots, Ocean Beach, Ibiza, and see what it's like over there. That place is magical. Let's check out a clip. Damn, man. Watching that shit brings back so many memories, dude. Especially during COVID when we can't travel and we're quarantined and life just kind of sucks right now. Like, it kind of just sucks for everybody. Watching that shit gets me all in my feels. But anyway, let's talk about why I quit my job, right? And then I'm going to give you guys some advice on whether or not you should quit your job, because if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about quitting your job, right? I'm gonna tell you guys some of the things I wish I considered more before I quit my job. So let's talk about where I was at in life at that point. I am 27 years old at this point. I am working for a shitty company doing full-time software engineering, or iOS app development, more specifically, right? And I just hate this place. I like the work that I'm doing, but I really fucking hated all the people that I worked with, and I hated the culture at the company. It was super stiff and super square. It was like very much big corporate. Everything was too professional, too structured, too organized for me. I'm much more of a chill, like laid back startup guy. So if you guys, I have a video on startup versus corporate culture as well. If you guys want to check that out, link is in the description. But anyway, just hated this company. So that's shitty thing number one. Shitty thing number two, I was just coming off a knee surgery. This is the first major surgery I've ever had in my life. I got into a motorcycle accident and tore my meniscus, had to get surgery to repair my knee. Pretty devastating for me. Couldn't go to the gym, couldn't do jujitsu, which is one of my favorite things to do, and couldn't race motorcycles for a long time, right? Because I had to recover from the surgery. So that's shitty thing number two. Shitty thing number three, which is the most shitty of them all, or kind of, is that my fucking girlfriend left me for another guy, and they both went to my gym, man. It was such a shitty experience. Like, I had to go to the gym and see them together, and it was just bad, right? I'm at a pretty low point in my life right now. Like, so I'm like, fuck, man. Life is just sucking for a couple months, and I'm at this company that I hate. I'm recovering from knee surgery, can't really go to the gym and shit, which is something that I love to do, and I just needed a change, right? So I'm looking for other jobs at this point. I'm saving up my money just because I know I want to quit this job. So I had those two things sort of checked off, right? It's like I have some savings to hold me over for if I just decide to quit. And I have some potential job offers coming up that are offering me more money than what I make there. So I had some things lined up before I just up and quit my job, right? It's not like I just walked in and said, fuck you, to my boss, and was like, dude, I'm the fuck out of here. Nah, it was a little more calculated than that, right? I like to think I'm not that stupid. But essentially, I was at a happy hour with my friends, and it's for their birthday. And they're like, dude, we're going to Ibiza in a week. And I looked at them and I was like, yo, I'm thinking about coming with you guys. Like, kind of just invited myself, right? But they could have made up some bullshit, but these are my close friends, so I knew they wouldn't care. And when they were planning the trip, I had a girlfriend at the time, and there's no way that I would have been able to just go to Ibiza by myself. This bitch was way too controlling and possessive to let me do that. And my dumbass, being the simp that I was back then, just like allowed that to happen, right? But anyway, more on that later or in another video. So I'm like, yo, I'm thinking about coming with you guys. I'm a little drunk at this point. They're a little drunk, but they were, as soon as I said that, they were like fucking pumped about it. They were like, dude, fucking come. We know you're in a shitty situation right now. You need a change. You got to get the fuck out of here. we might never go back to Ibiza again, right? And my buddy was like, bro, you don't want us to come back and you regret not going. Like, you might regret that for the rest of your life, right? Because you might not ever get the opportunity to go with close friends again, because you never know where life's going to take you. So basically, long story short, guys, I was drunk as shit, booked a plane ticket right there. A week in advance, I'm like, fuck it, dude, I'm going to Ibiza. Fuck it, I don't care. Like, if my job doesn't like it, I'm ready to quit. I'll say, fuck you guys, and I'm just gonna go. So I go and tell my job, and they are not happy about it, right? They are really not happy about it. They're like, dude, you need to give us more notice, which was really dumb because I didn't really do much at that job and don't see why I would have had to give them notice. So once again, fuck that company. But they were like, bro, you can't go. I was like, bro, the trip's booked. Like, tough shit. Right? So either you guys let me go and keep me on, or because I'm going, right? Or I quit. And they were like, well, you can quit. And I don't know if they expected me to actually do that, but I quit right there on the spot. I had enough savings for like 3 to 5 months of cash so I could pay my rent, pay my bills, and still afford to like go out and have fun. And I had some interviews coming up. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm done. I'm going. Do I regret that? 100%. No, I do not, right? That was actually one of the best decisions of my life. I had the time of my life with my friends, and it was exactly what I needed. I needed to get the fuck out of town, get away from my ex-girlfriend and her new mans. I needed to get my mind off my knee recovery, and I needed to get the fuck out of that company, dude, because it was just making me miserable. So I said, fuck it, I'm going. So, like I said, had a great time in Ibiza, but when I got back, I was like, all right, man, fun's over. I don't have a job. I need to like really fucking find a new job. Luckily for me, I was hired at another company within, I think, a month, 3 weeks to a month. And I actually still work for that company today. And I love it there. It's the complete opposite of what my company was before. It's like awesome startup company, super great people, super great vibes. They pay me better. And like my work-life balance is so much better. And I'm just overall so much happier. Got the fuck over my ex-girlfriend, you know, really just turned my life around, all because I was like unhappy in a certain situation. I changed it, and it was scary, right? It's like taking a big leap of faith to just dive into the unknown like that. Not a lot of people are built for that. Not a lot of people can do that, right? I decided to do it because I was like, dude, anything is better than where I'm at right now. So ultimately, do I regret it? Fuck no, right? Could it have ended up a lot worse? Hell yeah, right? But here's the thing, I knew that my skills as an iOS developer or software engineer were in enough demand to where I could do something like that and be okay, right? Like, I get emails from recruiters almost every week about like, come work for our company or come interview at our company, right? Just because it's such an in-demand field. So I knew that like, I wanted to find a place I'd be happier working at, but worse came to worse, or worse, yeah, comes to worse or came to worse, past tense, I don't know. I would have been able to just go get another job somewhere else. Like, I might have been unhappy again, but I would have just, you know, used that place as somewhere to hold me over till I found a better job. But luckily, it all worked out for me. So now let's talk about whether or not you should quit your job, right? Because like I said, if you're watching this video, you might be thinking about quitting your job, right? Guys, just make sure you have enough money saved up and ask yourself these two things, right? What's the worst that could happen? And what's the best thing that could happen, right? Worst thing that could happen, right? You might, if you don't have enough money saved up and you run out of money, you might end up on the fucking street or have to move in with your mom, right? Nobody wants that. So it's a pretty big risk, right? Unless you can mitigate that risk with, you know, the confidence that your career is very in demand, or your job title is very in demand. You have enough money saved up, and you know you can sort of take that jump. The best thing that could happen, you're looking at it, like completely turned my life around. My life is so much better. I'm happy at the company I work for. I make more money. I, just am back doing all the sports I was doing before. Life is just better for me because I decided to up and quit that place. So, like I said, really just ask yourself, with any big life decision you make, in my opinion, I always ask myself these two things. What's the worst fucking thing that can happen? And what's the best thing that can happen? Typically, you want to make decisions where the worst thing that can happen isn't that bad and the potential upside is huge, right? So it's like, If the potential upside is huge and the risk is small, you should probably make that decision. If the potential upside is really small and the risk is huge, maybe don't make that decision, right? So anyway, guys, that's just my story about how I quit my fucking job, went to Ibiza. It ended up being the time of my life, and now my life is significantly better because I made that decision to change my circumstances, right? Don't be a fucking victim. If you're not happy with where you're at, figure out how to change it, and I promise you, or I can kind of promise you that it'll be worth it, right? But if it wasn't, at least you took the jump to try to change your situation. A lot of people will just stay in a situation out of comfort instead of actually, trying to make change in their life to better the situation, right? You have to try something new if you want things to get better. You can't just, hope they're gonna get better and not do anything about it. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, if you want to check out my video on startup versus corporate culture, the link is in the description to this video. Hope you guys like this one. Let me know what you think about it. Subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.